Welcome to alphacenturian. I'll be your guide. I'm going to try to make this one quick. So, Trent Horn put up a new video, this time talking to Austin Suggs. He's done about 3 videos now where he's trying to push this idea of Protestant authority claims. And it just leaves most people, most Protestants who've watched these videos scratching their heads. It's not a good argument. The Protestant authority claim is the Bible. And as a Catholic, we are not going to discount the Bible. We're not going to say the Bible doesn't matter or anything like that. We follow the Bible. We believe it's inspired. So his argument that somehow the SBC or the Queen of England or whoever else is considered a head committee or head founder, human moral head founder of a church is are a confessional authority like the Westminster Confession or whatever, the Canons of Dort. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't. And I responded to him in one of his videos saying such. But as I was giving the answer, I realized my complaint was more focused than I thought it was. It isn't that he's making these outlandish arguments against Protestantism, that how they're saying, well, where are you getting your authority? And then he's saying back, well, where are you getting your authority? It's not that immature. There's real substantial problems in the Christian world right now. And when I started talking religion on this channel, one of the reasons I did is because when I read the Bible at 15 or 16, it changed my life the first time I tried to read it. And when I finished reading it for the second or third time in my 30s, I realized that what I thought I knew about religion through public discourse, through television, through movies, through soaking in the culture, wasn't correct. Not only not correct about Christianity, but about religion in general. I remember reading the Tao Te Ching and reading the analytics for the first time and being like, oh, it's not a bunch of woo-woo. There's actual philosophy and actual real substantial practical ideas in here. Well, I'm pretty careful about not saying exactly where I live or exactly what I'm doing in my personal life, because my personal life doesn't always match up to who I want to present myself as. I make mistakes. That being said, there is a reason for that. The religion that I was taught through the culture, and I live in a Catholic community, is not Catholicism. I've seen them give sacrifices, and I don't mean like worship. I mean like they bring cakes and gifts to the Virgin Mary. I've seen brujas and occult-styled witches, spiritualists, who go to Catholic church. And they wear a little cross with a little eye on it. But then they practice magic and black magic and do prophecy and all that kind of stuff. That's real. In the Mexican culture, there's false saints like the Lady of Death. There's this whole cultural Catholic but not practicing Catholic thing. And then there's lay Catholicism and lapsed Catholicism, cultural Catholicism, right? And then around this area, you have now a Mormon temple coming in, and you have not a Mormon church, like a temple, like a big deal, LDS temple, and it's right next to my house. You have over here a Hindu temple right next to my house. It used to be actually a place for like receptions and stuff like that, and then got bought out by someone, turned to a Hindu temple. We have, on the positive side, we have a Reformed Jewish synagogue, and then we have an Orthodox Jewish shul, also, again. And then we have a mosque over here. And then we have a lot of Lutheran and I'm not sure we have an Anglican, but I know we have Lutheran churches around here, a ton of Baptists. And then we have Jehovah's Witnesses, and we have Kingdom Halls and all that stuff, okay? And so you see these invalid, illicit practices being done by Catholics. And when you go to these non-denominational Protestant churches, evangelical churches, you hear ex-Catholics talking about all the terrible stuff that the Catholic Church teaches, except the Catholic Church doesn't teach any of those things, doesn't even allow any of those practices. And so I've been doing a thing on my channel. Every time that I learn something that contradicts something that I heard culturally about Catholicism, I report it. And this is a huge deal. And this is why I was so upset at Brian Holdsworth when he made his video defending the Inquisition and the Crusades. My ancestors are Jewish, Sephardic. That's Hispanic from Spain. Jewish Hispanic people from Spain. A lot of people down here in the valley are. The other aspect is that most of us down here are also Native American. So we're of Sephardic and Native American descent. Not just me, the majority of people who live here. Obviously, I'm a little lighter, so I have a little bit more Sephardic blood. But even if you have more ancestral Native blood, once you get to college and you start learning the history of Christianity and the history of the West and the history of conquest, a lot of people turn from Catholicism down here in an angry, vitriolic state. And so to hear someone defend something that breaks the faith of my people was horrendous. And it truly upsets me when Brian Holdsworth and other apologists try to do that. The Pope apologized for a reason. The largest contingent of Catholics are Hispanic and Latin American. And you're crushing us and insulting us by saying the struggles of your ancestors, and by ancestors we don't mean 1,000 years ago. You mean 1 generation, 2 generations, 3 generations back. That was done by colonizers, that was done by your own governments, by European-style governments to us. That doesn't matter. Well, yeah, people are going to hear that and say, okay, well, then we're out. We don't need to be part of that group anymore. We don't need to hide our identity anymore. We don't need to be crypto Jews anymore. We can just leave. And they're not leaving for another religion. They're leaving for atheism or for some kind of weird New Age spirituality. It's not even New Age anymore. It's just occultism or spiritualism. And people like Brian Holdsworth and other, there's no other way to say it, Anglo apologists who are speaking to an Anglo-Protestant audience are sacrificing the future of the religion for their, genuistic approach. You know, they're stuck in a mindset. They're stuck in an area. That's fine. Yeah, Canada is not the southern United States. But now you have apologists like Trent Horn who are now getting closer and closer to Texas. Well, if this is going to be your home, you should deal with the issues that are here in your home. Because the issues of California are not the issues of Texas. And the issues of South Texas are not the issues of Dallas. We have real issues here with poor catechesis and illicit practices and people leaving the faith because the faith they were taught in their youth was not the faith, but was some jumble of mysticism and a mixture of crypto-Jewish rites that people even forgot the ethnic connection there, or the cultural connection to their past. This went longer than I wanted it to. I just wanted to say that because some people don't understand why I had a problem with what Brian Holdsworth said and why I was so vitriolic and caustic in my response. That's why. And to apologists like Trent Horn, if you're going to be coming to Texas, if you're going to make this your home, come deal with the issues that are in your home. If this is your home, deal with the issues we have here. All right.